Hello, my name is La'ana Rock the Wild, and in this video I'm wiring my house for electricity. I paid Bright's Electric to help me first get the main meter in. They thought they were going to have to install a pole, but they didn't have to. My house was taller than 18 feet, and they were able to go directly from the main pole to my house. I had to build a deck under the meter box, they said, and I paid them $6,200 for that, basically that one meter box and that pole going to the top of my roof, and just that, and that's how much it costed me. And then Golden Valley Electric Association is the one who hooked up the wire and the cable from the main tall pole down to my house, and then I had electric coming into my first main meter box, and from there I needed to start installing my wires and a panel box. I installed one 240 volt outlet for the oven on a 50 amp breaker and a 120 volt outlet for the microwave on its own 20 amp breaker, and then another 120 amp outlet for the fridge on a 20 amp breaker. And then downstairs there's 6 outlets on a 20 amp breaker, and then downstairs there's 2 lights on a 20 amp breaker. Outside there's 1 outlet on a 20 amp breaker, and then downstairs there's also 2 lights on a 20 amp breaker. Hello, my good subscribers. I'm just wiring the house, and therefore I got wires everywhere, and wire mold, and just outlets and switches and conduit, double female connectors, lots of screws to make the deck. There's a probably number 6 wire right there, lots of 12, and there's the panel, there's the electric box. Right now I just gonna have to run the wires through that and pop it up right there, 4 of them. I also want to make a hole right here, so I'm gonna go straight through the wall. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Pop the hole through. I'm gonna put conduit going straight through there, and then I have these little screws that I screw on. It's kind of cool. I just connect. It's like Lego blocks, you know. Like even this piece, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces just to put this little thing here, and then this one too. I bought that washer, this male to female end, and then this one goes down. Then I bought these elbows, and they curve so it hooks under the floor and it pops back up, and then this pops right in here, and then this goes into this box. It will. I cut a hole in this. I had to use a Dremel tool, and it's gonna go into this box. I have a cover for this at the end. Then I'll pop out the edges there, and that's where I could run these railings out of that box. And I have corners and all kinds of things like this. Move around, get where I need to go. And yeah, good times. So I'm using Wiremold, and this allows me to put the wires on the outside of the sheetrock, and therefore I'm able to install electricity after installing the sheetrock and after living here for one winter. I had to put the house up real quick, so that's why I went this route, and I like it. I'm probably going to keep doing this. The other thing I'll talk about is the wires. I used a 12 gauge wire for the electricity running throughout the outlets and to the lights, and then I used 6 gauge wire for the 240 volt outlet, and I used 4 gauge wire for going from the main panel to the meter box. Yeah, my project's going great. Right here, this is gonna go from this panel to the meter box, and this one right here is coming from and up into here. Nope, it's going there actually. And this is gonna connect to 2 lights. And I bought it wound up like this, so I had to unwind it all and straighten it out, which was, you know, a little bit of work. That's just because it actually fits better in this. And then it's kind of fun, this part. After you measured it all, cut it all, unwound it all, screwed it down, pop that right in, you see? And then you get the corner now and pop it on, and the corner is fitting perfect. Boom. Yeah, and now I have another inside corner that'll go here, and I'm gonna run these wires and pop them out right there. Yep. Very good. There's an inside corner. This is cool. You see I have a short piece right here, super short piece. And then this goes like this. Boom! Boom! Snapped in. Perfect. Look at that. It is so awesome. And it's just snug. Yeah. And there's a joining part right here, which I bought a small kit of these pieces. And this is how you join 2 straight pieces together. It has a little tab in there that you use. It's awesome. This part, I had to take it apart a while ago after I first put it together, and it is so hard to take apart once it all pops together. This is just snug. I'm so bummed out. My house is wired, all that work, and I have to rip all the wire out, and it's the wrong wire. I mean, Ethan sold it to me. I told him what it was for, and he said this is it. And I thought he knew what he was talking about, but it's not the right wire. It's for wells, for pump wells. He sold me the wrong wire, and I have to everything. I mean, I was just about ready to have electricity, and I have to rip it all out. It's the wrong wire. I just have never been so bummed out. Like, working that hard a whole week of just working and working. I even puked. And it's the wrong wire. If it was just the right wire, oh my God. And also when I asked for number 6, they gave me number 4, and that was the wrong wire. I'm just beyond bummed. Beyond belief. I just can't get over it. I need to get high or something. I haven't cried. I can't cry. I don't even know. I've never been so... I don't even know what to do. Damn it. God damn it. I can't believe it. Strong fucking wire. All this work. I gotta rip it all apart. It's so fucking hard to pull apart this shit. I mean, just even one piece I'm fucking with. God damn it. It's Romix, and it has conduit around the 3 wires. Yeah, that will wire was wrong, and also I was unwinding it all too. It took a long time for nothing. Luckily, Lowe's gave me money back, and I got this wire. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate Lowe's help anyway, even though I got that wrong. I mean, I should have had my own education on it. They're just selling wire. I had my neighbor's dad help too, which was awesome. He educated me. You're gonna hook hot here, and then the next hot here leaving. And you're gonna put the ground wire there, and the next ground wire leaving. And the neutral wire, you're gonna buy a nut and just screw it. Wire thing, like it looks ground wire, but this is where the neutral goes. So I had to buy this strip, and I screwed it in right there. And then that's the first connection I made, is this ground wire. And then 2 of these are gonna go hot 1 and hot 2 are gonna go into these spots right here. Those are the 2 hots. And then I gotta move my hands, it's looking blurry. And that's the neutral. And in here you're gonna have the okay, I have it off, which is good, but those 2 things are very, very hot over there. Don't ever touch them. The 2 hots are gonna go in there. The neutral is gonna go right there, and the ground is gonna go there. Then I can hook up the rest of the house, but I guess I should hook up the whole house right now before I hook all of that up. I'm gonna hook up these 4, but I'll hook up those 4 later at the very end. While I'm working on it, I just got surrounded by all of these bugs. Like, they hatched somewhere. Stink bugs, we used to call them. And they just are covering the house. Looks like they're breeding. Doing buggy stuff. Ugh. Those buggers. They stink too, that's why we call them stink bugs. I wish a bird would come and start eating them or something. Get them off my house. But actually, I really feel like, well, there's a mosquito. Is that? No, that's not a mosquito. The thing is there's not as many mosquitoes at all. And a while ago, I really feel like I seen a mosquito flying right here. And one of these went whoosh and got it. I was like, what? That is good. Yeah. I don't know if I really seen that or not. It was like, what? Did I actually see that? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna get this neutral and get it in here, but it's too long. So I need to shove it back. And then I'm gonna cut with a razor around it and pop it off. Man, that was a lot. This wire is really hard to bend. Now I need to cut it with this razor. What I'm gonna do is cut around it, and then I'm gonna use this part of the pliers to pull that piece off so that it's exposed like this at the end. It's hard to hold this and do it at the same time, but I'll try. Let's see. Get these out of the way. Gotta be careful so I don't cut too deep into the plastic conduit and cut that copper wire. No copper wire should have any cuts on them. This is why I'm doing it a lot of times around, so I don't just try to do it once really hard and cut too far. Kind of finesse it off. And then I'm gonna use this dull part right here, not the sharp parts, because this goes to 8. And this wire right here is a number 4. It's too big for any of those. So I'm just gonna grab it with this. Try to pull it off. No, that didn't. Almost, though. I seen it move. Come on. I may have to cut it a little more. Oh, wait, let's see. I think it's coming off. I could see. I want to cut the wire. I don't know why it won't focus on this. This goes down back here. I gotta get an Allen wrench. Oh, thank goodness. This one fit. I just like pulled out all of this sit right here and none of them worked. It was so weird. Like this one is too small. And then the next bigger one is too big. It just won't go in. And then I dumped all of my tools out everywhere. And I just looked and looked and looked, and I finally found that one in here. And it works. So now I just gotta find a screwdriver in for it. And off I go. I'm so glad I didn't have to go to Lowe's for the 4th time today. Thank God. This is what I need. This. Moving forward, hooking up the neutral line. Yeah, this has a weird Allen wrench piece there. Yeah. So, hard to do stuff with one hand. I'm trying to video. Yeah. So I have to loosen this and then push that down and then tighten it. I believe it's like 60 pounds pressure. I'm gonna stick it all the way through. Okay. Next, I'm gonna hook up these 2 hots. And I'll just have to reverse them out a little bit. I'll double check the drawing to make sure they're actually hot. Hot 1, hot 2. Let's see it again. Neutral. Ground over here. Neutral up there too. And that's all neutral. And all of these are hot inside those bars. It just kind of seems weird because, like, well, no, this is separated from that. Never mind. And this is separated from that. I don't know what I was thinking. Makes sense. There's no middle touching between this and this. For some reason, I thought there was. Okay, that's perfect. That's how it should be. Nice. Right on, right on. Easy. This is harder than I thought. These are the easy ones. Is gonna be putting these here. And then I had to watch a video to figure out, like, okay, this is the neutral wire. This is the ground wire. And then I was like, where do the hot wire go? Well, obviously, I found it goes into these breakers. That's how the breaker works. On, off. Okay. Yeah, right there. If I just knew how to all do it from the beginning to the end and had all the right supplies, I could do it all in one day. But just not knowing and learning. So yeah, these are the tools I'm using. And this is the outlet. This is the wires. And I used the razor to cut my hair very lightly, not too hard. You don't want to cut the inside wires. I open these up all the way up to here, and then I pull out the 3 strands, the copper, the white, and the black, and then I connect the copper to right here. I connect the white to right there and the black to right there, and then I do that with the other side too, and then the white on both sides connect to this, and then I have to make sure I route the wires around the back of this thing, because this thing actually, you can't route any wires across this thing. This has to fit in there all the way down. Not even one wire can go there. So yeah, it's really difficult. And then after that, I'll get this, and this is the hard part, where I'll have to then get this and shove it over that to get this over it, so that it's now sitting like that. One other way I could do is shove this on and start trying to wire it with that on, but then I can't get to these screws if this is on. So yeah, it's difficult, that part of like trying to shove it through this, and then after you shove this that's wired on through this, it's have to reroute the wires again and shove the whole thing down and screw it onto this. Yeah. And all the tools I'm using, this one to strip the wire, this one to cut the wire, this one to screw down the screws, this one to also screw down some of the screws and push the wires around, this one to bend the wires. Fun times. Okay, now that I bent all these wires, each one of them I routed to about where the screw is. Like these have to go down here to the bottom where the green screw is. And then the 2 whites have to go right there, and then the 2 blacks have to go right there. So I bent them, routed them about where they need to go, and like you see, it has to clear that behind it, because this actually sits all the way to the back. Nothing can go behind it. And then I cut them, and you could see this is really hard, because you could see that they're not really on the screw. And this wire is, I took the ground line, it came out of here, I wrapped it around and down, and then it's wrapping around this ground line, and then this ground line is gonna go into this screw, the green screw. The reason I did that is I already tried to put 2 lines through that, and I could not get it to tighten up properly. So I just use the pliers and tightly wrap it around this one. And I just have to push it down at the end, and that so that everything can sit flat. I probably have to push this a little bit this way, so it's sitting too far out here. So yeah, this, I have to probably pop this way and come up that way with this one. That's what I gotta do, because they both come in that way. That's how I'm gonna do it. What I learned here is to get this to bend into here so that it screws down around it. I got the pliers and I squeezed the wire, and it squeezed in there. Otherwise it kept sitting out here and this wouldn't screw down on it properly. And that's how I'm getting this to come in from the side like that. And right there, I'm hoping that even though this kind of pops out on the bottom a little, I'm still gonna be able to bend this upward like that and get it to flatten out. You could see, so it'll lay flat. This one I had to cut really short, and I can't connect it right now because I can't pull this out to feed it through the plastic piece. So I have to connect it after I hook the plastic piece on. And maybe the same with that one. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay, so this side is connected. You could see that it's running sideways so that this could sit flat. Right here, this is the part that's kind of questionable. I have the, this connects to this, but I feel like the two is slightly close together. When it's all sitting in place, I gotta take a close look at it and see how far apart this ground line is from the neutral line, because they certainly should not be touching. But I think once this screws in, it's gonna pull it that way. And this, I have to bend it harder that way. Gotta make sure that ground line doesn't touch anything. That neutral line. I don't think it will. I think so. There we go. Okay, so I connected this wire, the ground line, and I feel like it's not touching this one, and this one still needs to get screwed on, but I feel like I have to put the cover over it first, because this has to feed through it like that. So I got some work to do first. This is why I had to wait to screw that one on, because you could see how I had to rip the whole thing up, and this actually popped off, which is no big deal, just to get this to wave through this. Now I can pop this down, and then I'm gonna screw this down. And that's a trick. I have to use a screwdriver sideways. I'll show you how I do that. Right there. Now I gotta just push it down really hard and pop it into place. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Right there. This is coming in a little on the side. I gotta cut that right there. Every time I think I got it, man. Right there. It never sits exactly right. That's the thing. Alrighty, here we go. I don't want to take it all the way back off, so I'm gonna try to cut it while it's there. It's gonna go. But I'm gonna cut a little deeper. That's a good thing about this plastic. It's actually not hard to cut at all. Let's see. There, pop. It might be too tight on this one. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh, it's on. Might have been the little wind power I needed. Okay, now I gotta hook this to that. And when I do that, I use the pliers to weave this into here. Then I have to put this sideways and push down and turn like that to get this to turn. And that's why I tighten that one up. I may have to work on this one. I don't like how it's popping out a little. Okay, I'm gonna work on that one a little bit. Okay, there we go. I tightened up the two neutrals and made sure that the neutral isn't touching the ground wire. The ground wire hooks up cleanly. And then the two black hot lines are connecting good too. And I tightened all of them. And now this is ready for the two screws to screw it down, and then I'll put the cap on top. Now, this is definitely the cleanest one I've done. I almost need to pull apart the first ones because like I have wires just like pushing like this and I'm just cramming it down. In this situation, I routed the wires exactly where I need them to go. And, you know, it's not jabbing everywhere. And now this cover is gonna fit flush. You see, and I'm not worrying about the ground line touching any of the neutral. So, yeah, that one, these two over here actually, I think even this one might be pretty bad with the way I did the ground line. Just too much ground line smashed back there. And this one too, I just think it's a bundle of wires. I gotta come back, and there's something I'm improving on now, is I'm coming at it this way, and you see the hook is going this way, and the screw is going that way too. So it kind of pulls it in. Same as this side, because a while ago I had some of them not going the same way as the screw would be turning, and it was trying to push it out, and so I had to keep pushing it back in with the screwdriver until I tightened up on it. So every step is a slight improvement, and this time I hope that I could have a longer white wire coming out, and I'll learn how to bend it like this so I could hook it up right now and then weave it through this. Yeah, this is sweet now. See, they all hooked in really good when I screwed it in. This side too looks really good. So now, just weave this through, which is easy because I have excess wire to do it. There we go. Oh, I forgot to cut the hole on the edge. Just using it. Let's hope it fits. So far it's looking good on that side. That's the side I wanted to work on. Yeah, it works.
You know, I'll have to use his pliers to work on this wire a wee bit. It's always the ground wire is the hard one. Because it is so stiff. It needs to bend back. Oh, this needs to go behind this.
Done. That was awesome. It went so good. It's a little sideways, but I don't care. What I care about is that it's gonna work. It looks clean. We have all the lines going the right place. Woo! I'm getting faster at it too. Holy cow. Can't believe how fast I did that one. It's amazing. There's pieces off, so that's how it needs to sit. See, go up to there, these little lines, these little tabs, and stop right there. Going any farther gives me no room to wind these wires up and around. I need this space right there. And plus, when I go to pop that cover on top, I always have to cut the hole bigger because this doesn't push down far enough. So that's why it's got to sit like that. All right, this is looking good. Ground wire, going on, and the other ground wire wraps around that one. All the screws are screwed down tight. This is the neutrals, and this is the hots. And you could see I was able to figure out how to leave a little slack like that instead of going just straight into it. And it's because I come in sideways and sideways, and I'm still able to get under it coming in sideways. It's just not as easy, but it's still tightened up. Now I need to get this and feed it over, which is hard, and I distort all the wires, and then we kinked them back where they fit. Let me give that a try. I'll let you watch. Watch the fun. Okay, I have them all going clockwise. I have it routed around this back piece. This one I need to wind it onto this. I need to tighten this up, tighten this one to this one to this one, tighten this one to this one to this one. But I'm getting a process. I know where to bend the wires. Okay, I'm gonna install the last Project Source 15-inch lid flush mount light. And I have my set of tools here. I have a wire cutter, a stripper, a flathead screwdriver, Phillips, my razor cutter, and this good old rusty pliers. And I also actually may need some caps. Actually, I don't need the caps. Okay, so I already put the base up there, and I put this up here and got the wires stripped. So I'm just gonna open the box, put a middle piece on that. Where are those screws? We have a problem. Yeah. Well, what happened is I had a lamp that I didn't want to use. It didn't actually fit on that base, and it was too long, because I originally was gonna put that spot for the lamp up in the middle of the roof. But anyway, I needed to go and buy a flat lamp like the other ones, and when I went back to Lowe's to return that one lamp, I accidentally included 2 screws that didn't belong with that lamp I returned. And the 2 screws are really specific screws that came with the base I bought separately from the lamp. And I need those 2 screws in order to put up the other lamp I bought. They're like machine screws. And so I'm driving back to Lowe's to see if that one lamp I returned is still at customer service, and if not, find it on the shelf and open it and grab those 2 screws out. If that is already gone, I'll have to just go down the aisle and find find the machine screws that fit. I can't believe it. I would have been done yesterday if it wasn't for that one lamp. That's just how these projects are. Should have bought all 3 lamps exactly the same, but I got them 2 screws. I found that box. I almost couldn't find it. I was just like walking all around customer service looking for it myself. They just are so used to me, they let me walk around back there. I was like, I need those 2 screws. I returned it with the lamp, the 2 screws. They were like, it's so busy, so many people in line and then I seen the box, so I asked this other woman to grab it for me. Pulled the 2 screws out. So now, heading on home again. The tire on my tiny car went flat, and it's in the back of my truck right now. So I have to get that tire on my tiny car so I can be saving gas. Okay, I got them 2 screws. So let me make it happen. Yeah, I think it's pointing at me. Yeah. This is the base, which I bought separately from the lamp. It has cutouts on it, and it works specifically with the wall mount mold that I used.
I had to cut this a little bigger with a razor because this is sitting a little higher and that way. Never quite lined it up perfectly, so. Okay, there we go. You can tell when it's sitting flat. It clicks on better. One thing I could do is use lights. There we go. Get a better video and I can see what I'm doing. So now, I'll cut these a little shorter. About right there. Not sure about this one yet. Right here, I gotta get this out of here. They mount this in here. It never wants to go all the way down. Look, see it? Ah, there we go. Now it wants to back out. I'll hit this groove when I tighten it. I noticed before. So I have to kind of hold it right here. One thing I could do is let it back out. It'll be easier to tighten them in farther than slide it on. Kind of hard to begin with, but eventually you can feel it break free and then I can just start spinning it. I have to hold this right here because it wants to back out. Same with this one, I have to pull it this way. All the way back. Push this in. Okay, so I'm going to hook this ground wire over here. Around this screw. Back it out too far though. It's such a small screw, it's like I could not even. That's about it. Okay. Rusty pliers. I think I bought this in my garage sale years ago. Tighten this one up again. That's good. Next, I have this yellow line is the ground line, but I don't like how far they strip it, so I have to strip it farther. A little deeper. That's a nice piece right there. These other two I want to strip a little farther too. Next, I'm going to get this piece and wrap it onto the ground line. It's kind of got to be a one-hand move. I'll put it this way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. There we go. There it is. And I'm going to hope that it's enough. Well, I like to do one way is. It might not be enough. I'll get over that thing. So kind of hangs like this. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna skip these two. Should have done it earlier, but it's all good. Put the light this way. Well, here's what I'm using. 1, 2. Damn, this light is not working right today. It's kind of blinding me instead. Too long for me. White to white. You can stick this how high and bright you want it to be. I'll put it in the middle for now, I guess, let me see. Daylight, cool daylight. Soft, I'll put daylight. One more, only orange one. Let's wrap this copper around it, the way that I'm going to be twisting the orange one. Clockwise, and then put the orange one on. Next, I'm going to shove these up in here. That one went, shove this one up in there. That one went. Let me check this thing. Did I see something I did want to see? Let me see. I thought I seen a piece of copper wire. You don't want to see that sticking out of this thing. Well, that's a piece of hair. Because this is a hot line. You don't want a piece of that hot line touching this. That was not a piece of copper sticking out of the orange nub. Okay. Take this. The ground line is still well connected.
It is done. There's a switch to turn it on. I'm gonna install this outlet, and I'm gonna come in from the bottom right there. So I need to cover this back with one of these, seal it. It's an outdoor outlet. And I also need to seal the top, or no, the bottom. That's right, I'm gonna come in from the top right here and come down out of here. And I'm using this right here. you can see the picture. This is how the ground wire, so it's grounded to both. This is grounded plus this is grounded, and that's why I need a cap. And it's pretty straightforward. This is kind of interesting. You push the line in here and screw it down. You don't have to wrap it like I was doing. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. And the wire that I'm gonna use is over here, just regular 12 gauge. All right. Okay, you got the black. It goes directly in right there. So I got the ground line with the connected to both this and that, and to that ground line. And now I gotta push it in there, screw it close, and I'll hook up these next to a breaker. Okay, time to hook this to this, the main panel to the meter box. Man. Is it off? Yeah, it says off. But you can't touch those over there. Those are always hot. Don't touch that. Woo! I could do this. I've never worked on stuff like this with this much electricity and while it's actually hot. I know what to do though. I could do it. I'm gonna have to prop something to hold this open for myself, or I'll just unscrew that, take it down. All right, I just had to start the generator and saw this shorter so that it fits from here to there. And I've never banged a hole through one of these before, so I mean, I have on this one when it wasn't on the wall and full of electricity, so wish me luck. I'm glad I found this. I was like, no, I don't want to have to go to Lowe's again. But yeah, this is gonna go on the top of this, and then this is gonna go up in here. Oh yeah, I gotta get that middle nut that screws onto the top of that next. All right, one more thing I hope I can find. There it is. Woo! I might actually get this done. I can't believe it. I gotta admit my heart rate's a wee bit up. That was just when I had to put these 2 hot wires on. I know that's off, but it's the first time I'm actually working when I know there's possibility that I didn't do it right or something, because before this, all of it was not hooked to anything. But now, it's completely all hooked up. All I have to do is start turning on breakers. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna take pictures of it and send it to my neighbor's dad and have him message back and have her message back, and they can say it looks good, and then I'll turn it on. Because what if I didn't know what I was doing and this is all wrong? I mean, that would be crazy, but holy cow. I should just turn it on. All right, I just can't wait. I'm gonna flip the switch. All of those breakers are on except for the 240 amp one. All I do is flip that up, and then I should have electricity in my outlets. Okay, just do it. Just do it. Okay. Here we go. Busy. Why did it say busy all of a sudden when I touched that? Okay, I don't get it. That was weird. Okay, I flipped the switch. And that's all hot, I bet. Now, let's see if the light turns on. I did it. I can't believe this. Look, lights. Holy shit. My switch works. This is awesome. Oh my God. Oh, my heart rate's so high. Yes! Oh, yeah, yeah, woo! It is all working. I can't believe it. So many wires. Oh my God, this is awesome. Oh, there it is. Holy shit. Let me just close this. Oh. I'm gonna charge my phone. It's about to die. And thank you, my awesome subscribers, for sharing this wonderful moment with me. I'm making this video right now, and I rewatched this video, and it's so fun to do this. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Grab milk. It is cool in the freezer. It's not rotten. Half and half. I love half and half. And walk over and pour myself some coffee, which I already poured. And then use the microwave. I've never used this microwave. I hope this outlet works. Wish me luck. 1 minute. Woo! Coffee, guys and girls. Coffee. And the milk is not sour. And a best seat, my good people. Thank you.